Hello, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yes, I can.
yeah. Yeah, so in the last session, we have just discussed about Java properties and also the operators in Java. And we have seen conditional statements in Java. So in Java, we have three conditional statements. One is if and if else and else if ladder. So today let us discuss about loops in Java. So in Java, we have three loops. One is while loop and do while loop and for loop. Okay. So now, what is the use of loops and why should we go for loops? So earlier, if you don't have loops, if you want to print something or if you want to execute something multiple times, you have to write that many times. Suppose let's say, as of now, I don't have loops. Let us assume that we don't have loops as of now, and I would like to print a word or message hello world. So I would like to print this message hello world. Since we don't have any loops, you have to write this for 5 times because I want to print this for 5 times. So you have to write this same word for 5 times. That means you have to write the same print statement for 5 times. Now I'm going to create a new class and name is repeat and I'll select the main method. So because we know that if you want to execute a Java class, the main method is compulsory. Without the main method, we will not be able to execute any Java class. So just select the main method, click on finish. So now, if you want to print anything in Java, we use system.out.println. So this is the main method, and if you want to write anything, we have to use the main method. And system.out.println. So I want to print the message hello world. Okay. So this statement is going to print one time. So now I would like to print for 5 times. So I will write the same code for 5 times. So now if I run this, run as Java application. So it is going to print the same word for 5 times. So since we don't have loops, if you want to print something for multiple times, you have to write the same code for multiple times. Suppose if you have loops, then you can use the same code once, but you can repeat that as many times as you want. That means if you want to execute the same thing multiple times, you can just keep one line and that line can be kept in a loop. So the loop can print that as many times as you want. So you don't need to write this multiple times if you are using the loops. You can write only once and you can execute that as many times as you want. So now let us see how while loop looks like, do while looks like and for loop. So the syntax of the while loop looks like this. While some condition and write the code and next we'll have increment or decrement and next statement. So in the while loop, first it will check the condition. After checking the condition, if the condition is true, it will enter in the while loop, execute the code. Again, it will perform increment or decrement. Once it has performed increment or decrement, again go and check the condition. If the condition is true, again it will execute the code and perform increment or decrement, again check the condition. So this process will be repeated until this condition is true. As soon as this condition is false, it will come out of the while loop and go to the next statement. Okay. So now my intention is I would like to print the numbers. I would like to print the same word hello world. I want to print the same message for 5 times, let's say. So now I'm going to create a new class So class name I'm giving as while loop 1 and select the main method and click on finish. So now I'm going to say int I equal to 1. So I am initializing a variable I with the value 1. So now my intention is I want to print hello world for 5 times. So I'm going to say while the condition is I less than or equal to 5 because I would like to print the keyword for 5 times, the message for 5 times. So I'll give hello world and I'm going to increase the value of variable by 1. So next statement I'm printing as while loop is executed. So now let us see what is going to happen here. So initially we have I value as 1. So it will check the condition here. So 1 less than or equal to 5. Yes, so this is true. 1 less than or equal to 5 is true. So it will enter into the while loop and print hello world. So after that we are performing I++. I++ means it is going to increase the value of variable by 1. After this statement I value will be 2. So again it will check the condition. 2 less than or equal to 5 is true. Yes. So it will print hello world. Again I++. It will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 5 is true. So again it will print hello world. Like that it is going to print 5 times. After that I value becomes 6. Second it check the condition. 6 less than or equal to 5. That is false. Since that is false, it will come out of the while loop and go to the next statement and print while loop is executed. So if I run this, it simply print hello world for 5 times and while loop is executed. So now if you see the difference between this code and this code, since we don't have the loops, we have written the same code multiple times. Since we want to execute this for multiple times. Since we have while loop here, you have written the code only once and you have repeated that as many times as you want based on the while loop. Suppose if I want to print the same line for 10 times, you can simply give 10 here. So if I run this, it will print for 10 times. Okay. So this is the advantage of having the loops. So by using the loops, we can repeat the same code multiple times. Okay. So now my requirement is I want to print numbers 1 to 100 using the while loop. So I'm going to create one more while loop. So I'm declaring int I equal to 1. So I want to print the numbers from 1 to 100. So I'm going to say while I less than or equal to 100. I'll print I. So I plus plus. Okay. And I would say while loop is executed. Okay. So initially we have I value as 1. So it will check the condition. 1 less than 100 is true. So it will print 1. Here I am printing I value. So currently I value is 1. So it will print 1. After that again I am saying I plus plus. I plus plus means it will become 2. So after incrementing the value of I, it will check the condition. 2 less than or equal to 100 is true. So it will print 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 100 it will print. After that it will become 101. So 101 less than or equal to 100 is false. Since this condition is false, it will come out of the loop and go to the next statement and print while loop is executed. So it will simply print 1 to 100 and while loop is executed. Okay. So here my intention is I want to see the output as the number is 1, the number is 2, the number is 3. Like that I want to get the output. So I would like, instead of seeing the plain 1, 2, 3, I want to see the output as the number is 1, the number is 2. So I would like to get the output like this. Okay. So I will simply say, I'm going to say here I plus, I'm going to give, okay, the number is, I'm going to give plus 1. So what is the meaning of this statement? So we know that this is a string, and if you want to concatenate a value with the string, we have to use plus symbol plus I. So here I is a variable, so the number is in the double quote, plus I means whatever the value you have for the variable I, that value is going to appended with this string. So if I run this, we'll get the output as the number is 1, the number is 2, like that we'll get. So the next thing is, so I would like to I want to generate the output like this. So I want to generate one is odd number and two is even number. So like that I want to generate the output. So we already know how to identify number is even or odd. What I'm going to do is, whatever the value we have for I here, I'm going to divide that I with 2. If the remainder is 0, I can call that as even number. If the remainder is 1, I can call that as odd number. So now I'll write one more loop here. While so I less than or equal to 100, I'm going to say, so I'm going to check. So I'm going to write if condition inside the while loop, because I want to identify whether I is even number or odd number. So if you want to know that, we have to divide I with the number 2. If the remainder is 0, I would say that is even number. If the remainder is 1, I would say that is odd number. Okay. So inside the while loop, I value will be changed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that up to 100. It is going to iterate. So now I am going to check if I percentile to double equal to 0. We know that percentile is a modulus operator. It is going to give you the remainder. I am just dividing that to, if that is equal to 0, I am going to say I plus is even number. Else, if that is not the even number, obviously that is an odd number. So I will say I plus is odd. And so while loop is executed. Okay. So if I run this, it will simply print one is a, oh sorry. Yeah, here I need to use I plus plus. I plus plus. So now I would run this. Okay. So you can see that. So initially I value is 1. So it will check 1 less than or equal to 100. This is true. Since this statement is true, it will go and check here 1 percentile 2. Yeah. So 1 percentile 2 equal to 0 is false, because when I divide 1 with the 2, we are getting remainder as 1. So double equal to is a comparison operator. It is going to compare these two values. Here I got 1 and comparing that 0. Both are not equal. So it will go to the else block and print 1. 1 is odd. Then I plus plus means it will increase the value of I by 1. So it will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 100 is true. Again it will check. 2 percentile 2 is 0. Yes, this is true. So it will print 2 is even. Like that, it is going to do up to 100. Okay. That means inside the while loop, you can write any code. You can write a if condition or if else or else if ladder, or you can write any code inside a loop. Okay. So now let us see one more loop. While loop 3. So I have int I equal to 1 while I less than or equal to 100. So now I'll print I would say I plus plus. Okay. So now I'm going to give I value as 20. So can you tell me what is output in this case? So what could be the output to the console? Yeah. So if you see here, you have given I value as 20. That means it is going to start the iteration from 20, value 20. So initially I value is 20. So it is going to print numbers 20 to 100. Okay. So next, So I'm going to give I value as 101. Could you tell me what is the output here? Okay. So basically here you will not get any output. Output would be empty. The reason is currently I value is 101. So it will check the condition here. I less than or equal to 100. So 101 less than or equal to 100. So 101 less than or equal to 100 is false. Since this condition is false, it will not go into the while loop at all. So that means while loop is a preconditional loop. First it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then only it will enter into the loop. So here the condition itself is false. Since the condition is false, it is going to come out of the while loop. So you will see nothing to the console. Okay. Yeah. Next, I'll give I value as 1 and I'm going to comment this I++. Okay. So if I give two forward slashes before a line, that means this is a comment. So this will not be considered for execution. This will be ignored. So currently I value is 1. So I less than or equal to 100 means 1 less than or equal to 100 is true. So it will print 1. Again it will go to the second iteration. I value is still 1. So it will again true. So this will be repeated. So it will go on because we don't have any increment. Since we don't have an increment, this will be go on. If I run this, you will see the output from 1. It will print only 1 infinite times. Because here there is no condition, there is no increment. Since there is no increment, the I value will always be 1. As the I value is always 1, this is keep on repeating. The same code will be executed. Okay. So are you clear or you have any questions so far? Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. So now let us discuss about do while. So the syntax of do while looks like this. Do while some code perform increment or decrement and while we specify condition. Okay. And the next statement. So actually do while is a post conditional check. While loop is preconditional check. While loop first check the condition, then it will enter into the code. Coming to the do while loop, so do while loop is not going to check the condition first. So irrespective of the condition, first it is going to execute the code. So it will directly enter into the do block and execute the code, then perform increment or decrement. Once the increment or decrement has been performed, from the second iteration it will check the condition. So if the condition is true, again it will go and execute the code. Again perform increment or decrement. So again, once the increment or decrement is performed, check the condition. Again execute the code. So this will be repeated until your condition is false. That means while loop is a preconditional check. First it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then only it will execute the code. Whereas do while loop is post conditional check. First it will execute the code. From the second iteration onwards, it will check the condition. Now I want to print the numbers 1 to 100 using do while loop. So I'm going to say do while 1. So I'm giving I value as 1 do. So I'm going to print I and I++. So here condition would be at the end. So we have I value as 1. So it will directly enter into do while. So it will print 1. After that, it will check the condition while. Okay. So while I less than or equal to 100 means 1 less than or equal to 100 is true. Since 1 less than or equal to 100 is true, again it will go on print 2. So again it will increment by 1, so it will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 100 is true. So it will print 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 100 it will print. Once I value is 100, so this will become 101. Then 101 less than or equal to 100 is false. Since this condition is false, it will come out of the do while, go to the next statement and print do while is executed. So it will just print the numbers 1 to 100. Okay. So now I am going to give I value as 20. So since we have given I value as 20, it is going to start iteration from the value 20. So it will directly enter into the do black, print 20. After that I plus plus means it is going to increase the value of the variable by 1. So it will become 21. 21 less than or equal to 100 is true. So again it will print 22, 23 up to 100. After that I value become 101. 101 less than or equal to 100 is false. So it will come out of the do black and go to the next statement and print do while is executed. Okay. Okay. So now I am going to give I value as 101. So can you tell me what is the output here? What you will get to the console here?
101 will be printed.
Okay. Yeah. So here you will get 101 get printed. So it will go here and print 101. Then we have I plus plus. I plus plus means it will increase the I value by 1. So it will become 102. So 102 less than 100 is false. So if I run this, it will print 101 and do while is executed. Okay. So the main difference between while and do while is while loop is a preconditional loop. First it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the code. Whereas do while is a post conditional loop. So for the first time, it is not going to check any condition. From the second iteration only, it will check the condition. Okay. So now, let us discuss one more. So do while, I will give 2. So now I would like to print the numbers in the reverse order. So far we have seen numbers printed in the increasing order 1, 2, 3 like that. But my intention is I want to print the numbers in the reverse order like 100, 99, 98. So this is my goal. So we already seen about the decrement. So decrement is going to decrease the value of the variable by 1. So first I will set to maximum, then I will decrement 1 by 1. So now I am going to say int I equal to 100. Now I will say do. So I will print I. Here I am going to give I minus minus because we know that I minus minus is going to decrease the value of variable by 1 and y I greater than or equal to 1. Okay. And I will print do while is executed. Okay. So initially we have I value as 100. So it will come here and print 100. After that we have I minus minus means 99. So it will check the condition 99 less greater than 1 is true. Again it will go and print 99. I minus minus means it will become 97. So 97 greater than or equal to 1 is true. So like that it is going to print the values 1 by 1 up to 1. Okay. So this is the way how we can do the decrement as well. So loops, in the loops you can decrement or you can also increment, or you can print anything any number of times, or you can execute the same thing with multiple times or with the different values. Okay. So this is all about do while. Now let us discuss about for loop. So the syntax of for loop looks like this. So for we have first you have to give initialization and condition and increment or decrement. Next, write the code here. And if you have any next statement, you can use here next statement. Okay. So initially, it is going to first it will perform initialization, then check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will go and execute the code. So once the code has been executed, again it will perform increment or decrement. So once it has performed increment or decrement, again check the condition. So if the condition is true, again execute the code and perform increment or decrement. Again check the condition, execute the code and perform increment or decrement. So this process will be repeated until this condition is false. So as soon as the condition is false, it will come out of the for loop and go to the next statement. Okay. So now using for loop, I want to print numbers 1 to 100. So now I will create one more class for loop. So I am going to say for int I equal to 1, I less than equal to 100, I plus plus, I will print I, and I am printing next statement for loop is executed. Okay. So initially we have I value as 1, so it is going to check the condition 1 less than or equal to 100 is true. Since this statement is true, it will go and print 1. So after that it will go and perform increment. So currently I value is 1. After performing the increment it will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 100 is true. So again it will come and print 2. Again it will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 100 is true. So like that it is going to print up to 100. And once the 100 is printed, then it will become 101. So 101 less than or equal to 100 is false. So it will come out of the for loop, go to the next statement and print for loop is executed. It will simply print 1 to 100 and for loop is executed. Okay. So now my intention is, so currently it is printing 1 to 100, but whenever the value of I is 50, I just want to come out of the loop. I just want to break the loop whenever the I value is 50. So for that, we have a statement break. So break is a statement which will be used in order to come out of the loop suddenly, or when a particular condition is reached. If you want to come out of the loop, I can make use of the break statement. Okay. So now inside the loop, I am going to check if I is equal to 50. We know this double equality is for comparison. So whenever the I value is equal to 50, I just want to call break. Okay. When I call the break, it will come out of the for loop. So now if I run this, it will print numbers from 1 to 50. After that, I value is 50. So these two are equal. Since these two are equal, it will call the break statement and it will come out of the for loop. Okay. Yeah. So next thing is, I would like to print following pattern using the for loop. So star this one. So like this, I would like to print the pattern using for loop. So this is my requirement. Okay. So first I want to print 1 star, then 2 stars, then 3, then 4, then 5. So like this, I would like to print stars. So let us see how to do that. So for loop 2. So if you observe here, first I have to print the star once. After that, I have to print the star 2 times. After that, I have to print the star for 3 times. Then I have to print for 4. Then I have to print 5. So now let us see here. So here you have to make use of 2 loops. Inner 2 loops you have to use. One for loop, again inside that for loop you have to use one more for loop. So totally how many values we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So now I would say for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Because the maximum value of I is 5, so I am giving I less than or equal to 5. Next, for int j equal to 1, j less than or equal to I, j plus plus. So if you observe here, why we are using j less than or equal to I? Because we know that initially I value is 1. Since I value is 1, I want to print only one star. Okay. So here also j value is 1. J less than or equal to I means I value is already 1. So I less than or equal to, j less than or equal to 1 is true. So I am going to print one star. Okay. So after that, once this is done, again it will go here. Here I value become 2. So 2 less than or equal to 5 is true. As of now I value is 2. So it will come here now. Once this condition is true, it will come inside the for loop and check. Here j is 1 and j less than or equal to 2. Because as of now you have I value as 2. So j less than or equal to 2. And j value is 1. 1 less than or equal to 2 is true. It will print 1 star. Again it will go on increment. So j value become 2. 2 less than or equal to 2 is true. So it will become again 1 star. So it is going to print 2 stars. Okay. After that it will become 3. 3 less than 2 is false. So it will come out of here. Again it will become 3. So if I run this, we will get the following output. Okay. But actually our index is not like this. I need to go in this pattern. I have to give star first. First star should be printed in the first line. After that 2 star printed in the second line. Like that I want to print line by line. So now here when I say println, actually there is a difference between print and println. Suppose if I go here, I will print one more hello world. So println is a statement which is going to print something and transfer control to the next line. If I run this, you will see that both will be printed in the new lines. But if I go for println, so if I run this, okay, see here. So print is a statement which is going to print something and the cursor will not go to the next line. Println is a statement which is going to print something and it will transfer the control to the next line. Whereas print statement will print the code and it will not transfer the control to the next line. The cursor will be here only. So if I use println, if I run this, you will see that it will be printed in 2 lines because this statement will print hello world, then it will transfer control to the next line. Okay. But whereas print statement is not like that. Print statement will print something and cursor will be here only. That is why these 2 lines are printing in the same line. So now my intention is here I will say print. After that, so what this does is it is going to print code in the same line. After each iteration I want to go to the new line. So there is a statement called print. I'll give /n. /n is the for printing the new line. So if I run this, see here we got the correct pattern now. So first time I value is 1, so it will print 1 star. Once this loop is printed, I am printing new /n. That means it will go to the new line here. Then it will go here. I value is 2, j is 1, j less than or equal to 2. So here j value is 2. It will print 2 stars. Since we didn't give println, it is going to print 2 stars in the same line. Okay. Are you clear or you have any confusion here? So in this way, we can make use of 2 loops in order to print a pattern. So any questions here? Yeah, okay. So next we have a switch statement. So the switch statement can also be called as a selection statement. Suppose I have int I equal to 1 and I am going to say switch off I. So here I have I inside the switch. So we can say I as a switch variable. So here I am giving case 1 some code break statement, case 2 some code and break statement, case 3 some code and break statement. Okay, so like that, and you can have default code on break statement. Okay, and we go for next statement. Okay. So here initially I value is 1, so it will go and check here. It will print 1. I value is 1. So here I is a switch variable. So in this case is a keyword. After that we have 1. So this is called case value 1. This is case value 2. This is case value 3. And this is the default case. So we have I value as 1. So this I value 1 is not matching with any of these. I value 1 is matching with this case value 1. So it is going to execute this code and come out of the switch statement. If I give I value as 2, I value 2 is matching with this case value 2. So it is going to execute this code. As soon as it has executed, it will go to the next statement. If I give I value is 4, the I value 4 is not matching with any of these cases. So since it is not matching with any of the cases, it will go to the default case and execute the code and go to the next statement. Okay. So I is called selection statement. So depending on the case value it is matching, it will execute the corresponding code. So now, so let us see. Okay. So here I have given I value as 1 and switch off I case value 1 I am printing. I am in Monday on the break statement. So again I am writing case 2 I am printing I am in Tuesday and writing the break statement case 3 case 4 and default. So currently I have given I value as 1. So if you see here the I value 1 is matching with the case value 1. So it is going to print I am in Monday and come out of the switch statement and print which is executed. So I will give I value as 2. I value 2 is matching with this case value 2. So it is going to print this. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. So here I have given I value as 2. So I value 2 is matching with this case value 2. So it will print I am in Tuesday and come out of the switch statement. Okay. So now I value is giving 4. So if I run this, I value 4 is not matching with any of these cases. So it is going to print I mean a default case. So it will print no case found. So I am in Thursday and so 4 is given, right? It is matched with this. I will give 5. So I value 5 is not matching with any of the cases. So it will go to the default case and print no case found. Okay. Yeah. So now I am going to give I value as 1 and I will just comment. I will give 2 forward slashes mean you have commented the break statement. So whatever the code you have commented that will be ignored. So here I have value as 1. It is matching with case value 1. So as you don't have break statement, it will continue to execute until it find a break statement. That means it will print I am in Monday and I am in Tuesday. Okay. So I value is 1. So it is matching with the case value 1. So it will print I am in Monday. Since you don't have a break statement, again it will go to case 2 and print I am in Tuesday. As you have break statement, it will come out of the switch statement. Okay. That means whenever you found a match and for that you don't have any break statement, then it will continue to execute until it finds a break statement. Okay. Yeah. So this is all about switch statement. So today we have seen about loops, for loop, while loop and do while loop. And we have seen about the switch statement. So switch is called selection statement and loops are used to execute the same code multiple times. I think that's it for today. In the next session, we can see about classes and objects and what are the instance variables and what are the static variables, what are the methods. Those things we can see in the next session. Okay. So I think I will send this video. Please go through that. If you have any questions, we can discuss in the next session. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, you have to use the same link every day. Okay. You can join using the same link every day.
Hi, Madhu.
Yes.
Hi, this is Shailendra actually. So, I think yesterday you didn't explain about the conditional statement. It was a different topic actually.
Oh, okay. Yesterday I didn't explain.
Yeah, about the conditional statements. It was a different topic. So,
Okay. Anyway, then I will explain tomorrow. Actually, I thought I explained. Okay. Anyway, I will explain tomorrow. Okay.
okay, yeah, thanks.
Thank you.